Okay, let's see. So this is 4 days that we're spending. So this is like kind of 4 days put together a little bit.
Yes.
40. So that's 43. Days. Okay. Help.
Still at 17 sessions.
You would have had more sessions. This is all happening again, kind of simultaneously.
So I have 17 written down.
At this particular point in time, you probably would be around like 27, 28 or so for all intents and purposes. So go ahead and add, like 2 more sessions for everyone else, and then and that for you would be 3 more sessions for you. And go ahead and roll some skill checks simultaneously. Ooh. Nice. Okay, that is good.
Actually, that is 40 sessions now. If I added 2 more sessions for everybody else, and 2 sessions from... Oh wait, 2 sessions... No, it'd be 3 sessions for me. Sorry, I added too many. I'm at 34.
Nice.
So it should just take, 8 more hours of most of us doing it. Because we only need 6 more. And I assume this is almost on the 4th day.
Yes.
Awesome! Right on schedule.
You guys have to leave every once in a while and come back in and out. Zoom is trying to read more. Paul is a little bit antsier, but he's enjoying his time, as he's still worried about his family. He's still worried about his parents. He really wants to leave as soon as possible, but he all of a sudden feels like he's a part of something, and so hasn't really said anything to that effect. And
yeah, actually, I was gonna side note on the first or second day. I was gonna see if Spice could scry to see if his parents were just alive, or if they'd been taken somewhere or something. I guess he can give her a description or something, and maybe.
Okay. Yeah, she's like, all right. I can certainly try. Do you have the mirror?
Yes.
You lay it down. She walks back in the center and draws the appropriate sigils, listens to his description.
Oh God, they're really bad shape. I'm not gonna let him see what's on the mirror yet. I'm just gonna kind of have him
I think he's the only one who can see.
Oh, is he the only one that can see into the mirror?
Can everyone see it?
No. If you're looking at the mirror,
I don't want him to see in case something bad is happening. So I'm just gonna does he have to describe them as she's doing the spell?
This is before.
Okay, I'm just gonna have him describe his parents to her, and then have Zoom take him off and go read some more, and then I'm gonna sit with her.
I'd like to see his.
Okay, fine.
That's basically 30 in our world.
Okay, fine.
Age equivalent.
All right, now let him stay.
She stands there, extends her arm, and as she focuses, the lights naturally seem to dim around her. That same kind of orange swirling light zingles around the edge, just allowing it to glow. You see her wings also begin pulsing with this very faint energy. As she focuses and concentrates, as she extends her hands out, she rises off 1, 2, maybe 3 or so inches. Her eyes gloss over. As you can see, he described his mother. And you see it take effect. You see she is currently pacing in a room. Back and forth, back and forth. You see her talking. It's hard to hear directly through this as the resonance comes through, but you do hear, like, shouldn't they be here by now? What's taking so long? Is he going to be okay?
Fuck.
Someone's speaking to her.
Can I hear it?
You can't see who. It appears muffled and distant.
Fuck.
As the image fades. I go, okay, so my mama's okay. You see Spice staggers and wipes a little bit of blood from her nose.
I don't think I have anything. Does she need, like, cure wounds? Like, is she okay?
She's okay. You get the sense that she's young to be doing this kind of spell, and it just takes a harsh toll.
Thank you, Spice.
I think I can do another one if you need me to.
Maybe another day. You can go. You need to go rest.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Hey, here's this list of people I found in the journal. Here, Spice. You think you can do like 10?
He starts crying blood.
They're all dead bodies. You know how depressing that would be? I'm not doing that.
Actually, if they're dead, the spell does not take effect.
Waste of a spell slot.
Well, then you know they're dead.
Okay.
Yep.
We don't know where, though. Okay. I'm not there. That's not my choice.
What else? I was gonna see what was that description she was looking at, Cypress? The second from the bottom.
Dark hair, green eyes, white tips.
So it was her.
Seems like it.
Which ones of the sigils are checked? Like a majority of them?
A significant number. Not all of them.
Do I recognize any of the ones that aren't checked?
No.
Fuck.
It's in that code.
Fucking A. And she has the SF next to it?
Yes.
Fuck. Am I linking any of these descriptions with maybe the pages with the circles on it, perchance?
If you take some time and do this, yes, you do notice that there are some that link directly to it.
I'm gonna try to write down as many names as I can next to the one she was pointing out that I can remember. Mm-hmm. And then I'm gonna try to link the pages with those names as much as I can and see if I can. Well, I'm trying to link specifically, I guess, the one like Flixes. I'm trying to find Flixes and then trying to maybe find, I guess you said that there was a circle one that had the SPS on it. And that's the one I was able to align the sigils?
That's the one that you were able to align the sigils.
Is there anything different about that slip of paper, than maybe the rest of them? With the circle on it, just besides the SPS?
You can make another investigation check.
That's a natural 20.
Wow. There are a few differences.
Investigation on point, Detective 101.
One of them, and you notice only later when you realize that you find Cypress's page.
There's something similar between the SPS page and Cypress's page?
When you see that page, you recognize between Cypress and this page that there are a few key things, and based on that, you're able to better identify on this page what different things might be. You can see that there is what looks like some kind of impression, some kind of very faint trace line that align. When you look at this and think about Cypress, you think of her wings. You imagine that her wings would probably align with these very faint markings on the rims and the edges.
And all the circles on every page are the same size?
Roughly. Some of them are a little bigger, some of them are a little smaller.
Were they photocopied?
Were they like hand-drawn circles?
They were hand-drawn.
And is Cypress's circle bigger or smaller than the one that says SPS on it?
It's approximately the same size. But you notice that the way the wings curve on her page, you look at the one that says SPS, and the wings are slightly different. There's a curve. There's a different kind of curve to them. Their sprites' wings, all of the sprites that you've seen thus far, have had dragonfly-like wings. This has more curve to it.
Okay. Okay, that was actually my next question was, do I notice any difference between any of the sprites' wings that I've seen? Like, does any of the other ones seem to have different wings? Like, comparatively?
Comparatively, when you look at these various indicators, you see there's a curve to where this was drawn in. Compared to Cypress's page, looking at this page, there's more of a curve in some of the spots. The sigils are placed slightly different in slightly different locations. But you notice on subsequent pages following this one that the sigils are placed in the same location, but as SPS.
So before they were one way, but after they were a different way?
Yes. And you notice another change after SS, after Flix's page. There's another change. So between these two, there are changes, but they're the only two. Even though names follow theirs.
And then what about Flix? Were his wings different?
No.
They were the same as what Cypress's would have been.
Yes.
I don't know who this is. My brain is exploding. Could I sketch out a wing? Like if I were to just like feel the impression a little bit, and could I sketch out what I think SPS's wing might have looked like? If I were going to try to maybe show it to somebody?
That'd be another high investigation, as there are only very faint markers where you think this is what it would look like.
That is a natural 19. 25!
25.
25!
Yeah, dude.
You take a thinner piece of parchment and lay it over. You have an idea. You lay down another quill in the center of what this person might have, where this person might have been. And you put in the markings where you believe that their wings were. You start curving, sketching, spinning. They look very different.
There's no way that they don't remind me of any wings I've ever seen. Maybe a royal family member?
They don't look quite like that, but they look like butterfly wings.
Butterfly.
So are they changing their wings, or are they?
Well, no, because
just using
all the
ones
wings were the same except for hers.
Oh. Okay.
So her wings were like literally different.
Hers as in
As whoever was on SPS, that page, whoever that description is. This one. Whoever she is.
the wings were more like
Can I?
butterflies.
Hold on. The description for Cypress. What was it? I sketched. It was dark.
Dark, white-tipped, green.
Because I was going to try to maybe make an assumption of maybe the first word is describing their wings. But her wings aren't dark. They're translucent.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, cypresses are very similar to Talel's. They have this little bit of a verdant green color to them.
Yeah, each of their wings has a different kind of color to it. Because, like, Vin's was darker. Like, more of a misty... A dark mist. So it could be, like, hair color,
so perchance,
color,
maybe
hair.
if she's using... Have I seen Cypress use her magic before?
You watched her once while she still had the collar on.
Did her wings go dark, perchance?
No.
Fuck.
Well, it wouldn't be Cypress anyway, because her eyes are green. And she doesn't have red hair.
Well, no, I'm trying to figure out this first word. Flowery. Like, why would they be using that word?
Type
you know
of
what I mean?
magic?
Silver. That doesn't...
Silver type of magic?
I want to see if any... After I sketch the wing, I want to take it back to Cypress and see if maybe she recognizes it.
You find her in the same spot. Once again,
Still sulking,
staring quietly. It's late. You can see she's drifted off. There's a natural limpness to her form as she's just hanging on the chandelier.
I don't want to wake her up because she will fucking annihilate me. I'm gonna go find. I'll go find maybe Jim to help me. I'll wait till the next day to show her when she's awake, and I'm not gonna spook her out of a chandelier. I am not trying to die.
You haven't seen Jin and Talel for a few days. You've kind of been elsewhere. You have to go find them.
Okay, I will start trudging around this house and try to find them. Well, shit, they're probably not in the big part of the house. Fuck.
Maybe just wait. Maybe feed the puppies instead.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I assumed I was doing that because you're busy, so I'm gonna...
Yeah.
I was taking care of the horses and the puppies. I'll just say that was doing both. Oh, how big are my puppies? Can I, like, work with him a little bit, too? Take a reading break since my brain's...
They're roly-poly puppies.
Roly-polies? Then I will roly-poly them. I will keep mine with me while I'm reading because I just want to snuggle him all the time.
That sounds good.
Yes, I will do that.
You could make an intelligence check if you wanted to try and find them.
Do I, though? Apparently not that much. Intelligence? 10.
10? Last time you had spoken with Talel, you know his supplies were running low.
Oh, dadgummit. Yeah, I was gonna go. Yeah, shit. Downstairs.
Ooh, I bet he's been
busy. Cooking up a storm.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I want to spend a day in there. I want to spend the last day in there with him. I bet he could teach me some good things instead of trying to fucking learn shit because I'm dumb. Teach me things so I don't have to teach others.
You go down into the basement, hearing almost this eerie chanting down the hall. You yeet yourself into the other room, and you actually see that there are not machines, but these devices that Talel is currently using as he's cranking on some of them. They're mass grinding herbs together, helping mix and spin and press all of these different herbs together. You see Jin, he'll call out for something, and Jin will actually fly over and retrieve it and bring it back over to him.
Oh my god, they're literally the cutest motherfuckers in the whole fucking world! Cypress, if this isn't true love, I don't know what is, and I'm hopeless!
Goggles partially over his face. He's kind of got this construction thing on, which almost looks like this, almost like the witch doctor, almost like a witch doctor mask, as he's got these goggles pressed over his face, something that's helping guard the rest of from the nose down. He's wearing these large gloves. He's wearing this apron. His hair, once again, is still pulled back in those 3 small ponytails that are holding just the white tips. Although he has had a haircut recently.
I know, remember you said so.
continues. You see him like run across the table and dim some of the flames. And just all along one of the walls, you can see 5 jars of different substances.
Damn, he's been in here busting ass. He's so cool. Ah!
We're keeping him.
We are never letting him go. I don't care. Life debt forever. You with me forever.
If it weren't you, it'd be one of the others.
But I'll just kind of like peek my head in, and if it looks at any point he might be at a stopping point, I'm just going to be like, I have a question for you.
Just, he's right there.
I have a question for you.
How do you go about
just
this?
Gonna, like, when I walk in, I'm just going to knock on the door. I'm just going to be like, whenever you get at a pausing point, I just have a question.
Looks. Oh, hello. It's kind of muffled behind this, and he takes several large steps away, almost off the edge, as he removes his goggles and the mask. Hello, haven't seen you in a few days. Has it been days? I've rather lost count. Jen, would you grab some more castor, please? And she's like, of course. And just flying it over.
My eyes gleam a little bit. And so
he takes off the gloves and removes the goggles fully. You can just see there's kind of sweat gathered just on his hairline from just being in close proximity and physical exertion.
There's a couple things that I've been noticing just going through these notebooks that I found and looking at things and comparing. There's
notebooks. What notebooks?
The notebooks I found in the basement of that lady's house. I found it looks like notes on what they were doing.
Oh dear. All right.
And there's just a couple things I was going to ask your sister, but she was asleep, and I didn't want to get lightning bolt her awake.
No, she will lightning storm you into oblivion.
Yes.
Whether you've done anything to actually deserve it or not. Yes. Do you want to sit?
Sure, I guess.
Sure. He looks and he's like, rats. You see, he actually takes. There's actually several lines that are traversing from one large table to the next. And he runs over to one. He's like, one second. I'll be right over. He's getting away from all the caustic materials as you set the book down across the way. You see him grab the lines, swing underneath, and pull himself from one place to the other.
I'm just like,
strong, independent man.
And drops down.
I will go over and sit. I would just be like, oh, Talal, I love you so much, but not like that. I'll open up in my sketchbook. I have the notebook, but I don't. It's not up. And I'm just gonna show him the sketch that I made of the wing. I'm gonna this one of the sprites that they were testing on. Her wing, it's different than all the rest of them. And whoever this was, it seemed it was different than the others.
Right.
I don't know if...
Do you have it? It's here. And
I'm not showing the picture of it.
He goes over and stands on the book, and you realize only now, like you all have been traveling together for a couple of months now, and what we're used to, there was this unease of approaching, turning his back to a great many things. He's naturally just walks over and is back turned, just standing along the spine. If the book were to close on him, he would be none the wiser. He looks. These aren't. Like, what do you know of sprite physiology, anatomy, and so forth?
Well, I read an entire book that they took notes on. That's really kind of all I know.
Well, you would, if you notice, and he flares out his wing, and it's easier to look now over on his side where his wing is just sheared off on the one side. And you can see some of the edges have actually curled slightly along the very rim. As he looks at me like, if you had more on this side, but you have your mane, and then you have these here, and he points down lower, and he points to the picture, and he's like, this right here indicates, lower, but this upper part here, as he points to the large part, he's like, obviously this is different. This isn't a sprite.
Oh, it's not a sprite at all.
I mean, it's odd because this here does indicate, as he's standing there, you can almost see, based on his silhouette, the shadows and the lights. You can see that just based on your perspective, looking down and the way he's standing, you can see that the way the bottom part of his wings flare out are very similar to the sketch that you've drawn, but the top part is vastly different. It looks like this. These look more like pixie wings to me.
Pixie's wings look exactly like this, or is there a mix? Maybe.
No, this that's what's odd, is it seems like a mix.
Have you ever heard of anything like that happening?
On rare occasions, there has been the rogue lowly sprite or lowly pixie mixing it up with one another, but usually the sprites and pixies were similar small fey folk, but there's a difference. I mean, physically we're very, very similar, but our functionality is. We have our differences, but we have our similarities. Jin at this point, flutters over, and she's like, "I've finished putting all of the casta over there." And she lands and goes over, just seeing him look worried. Is everything? Are you all right? And she glances down. She's like, "This is a strange sketch, Talavin. What's this?"
It looked like maybe in one of the books that I've been reading over, there was a change in whatever that they were doing when whoever this was, this wing was introduced to whatever experiments they were doing. It seemed like it meant something. It was different than the others. And it wasn't a regular sprite wing, and I didn't know what it was. And I didn't know if perchance if either one of you knew someone like this.
Jin shakes her head. No, I've never come across anybody who's half and half. At least not like this, a halfer. And she looks, hello? Shakes his head. No, I've heard of this happening, but I've never had the pleasure of meeting anyone who came from that kind of.
Just curiously, I know you said you've never met anyone like this, but the pixies, I'm gonna have to read up on that now. But their wings, are they also like translucent?
Yes.
They're just shaped differently.
Well, they have more designs. They're more like that of a butterfly. That's how they, as the bringers of spring, they help enact this change.
So you could say that they almost have a more flowery design, perchance?
Yes, I would say that. Jin nods. in agreement. Like, yes, I mean, I appreciate mine, but the pixie wings are a little bit more elegant than that of a sprite.
Nice sleuthing.
I know.
Just chanting in a circle.
I know that Talel's not super arcane, but Jin kind of is, isn't she?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be like, well, while I actually have your attention, Jin, could
Yes?
I perchance maybe have you look at a couple of these sigils that I've found? I've
Certainly.
only been able to sort of figure out one of them in particular. And I'll show her like how it like folds across and like lines up, and then I'm going to show her the other ones as well.
Well, this is new. I've never heard anything happen like this before. Huh. She takes a look at the different sigils. I mean, some of these have to do with cancellation. Different cancellation magics. Where were they? Where did you find them?
In a notebook full of notes on experiments. And then on
The
tools that I took.
Oh. Well, that's that. I'm sorry I can't be more of a help, but I mean, this isn't necessarily my area of expertise. I mean, she looks back at some of the others and she's like, "No, I don't recognize any of these. This isn't Druidic. This isn't something that I'm very familiar with."
She just said this is in what? This is in a different language?
Druidic. That's the form of magic that I
It's a class.
enact.
If whenever the next break they have, that Nora's group might have, I want to ask Citron if I can, if I was to like restock my herbs and maybe learn a few out of his herb collection, if I'd be able to take those away from here. Just curiously, I mean, he doesn't obviously have to give them to me if he doesn't want to, but you know.
I wanted to know that too. Like components? That would be awesome.
I'm gonna double check.
Because I don't know if you can.
Talel's using it.
Yeah, I know, but he's creating something, so like I think that's different. If you create something, because it's not technically what was made, like what's in there.
You could make like the healing herbs or something. Just go ahead and make a poultice.
Yeah, but I don't know how long it would keep, because usually poultices need to be stayed cool.
I'm not done with my bag of clothing.
Yeah.
Just ask the sprites, hey, does anyone know like the one spell and the colding spell? Wanna help me do this too? I have another great idea for the weapon I'm gonna give Zoom. But that's gonna be a surprise for the audience. I like being creative with my incantations.
The spell doesn't necessarily say, so I'm making a relative house rule.
And what's the house ruling?
Oh, you didn't ask Citron.
Well, I said the next time that they're taking a break, I'd like to ask him.
Doesn't mean the food that you eat is not going to just disappear after you leave.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe. Okay.
Right. And during one of the next breaks, everybody comes out. Everybody has a little bit of dinner. You manage to catch Citron's attention. You can see what he's been doing is he's actually been casting it at a much higher level in hopes that will help fortify the spell.
Oh, that's because once you get that, you can use it at a different level, a higher level. He's probably been wearing himself out.
He looks rather tired. That as he's flying out. After you have this conversation, after you wrapped up this conversation with Jin and Talel, as you head out, you see him and everybody else heading up the stairs.
I will lightly jog to catch up to Citron for
and just be like, may I ask you a question? If you're not.
He looks. Hello. How are you?
I'm good.
As he actually is so tired, he actually finds a nearby ledge and lands on it, which is dangerously close to one of the fires, but it seems to be fine.
Okay. Yeah, I don't want to like offer my shoulder. I feel like only Talel really does that. I saw that you had an herbs room. I know you said that most of the things here don't leave this mansion, but I'm wondering if I was to restock up on some of my supply, would I be able to take them, or would they stay within the confines of this place?
For the most part, everything that is generally furnished here dissipates into some kind of smoke, but there are some elements which I manage to personalize, the herbs being one of them. I dare say, as long as you don't take too many, it ought to suffice and maintain its form outside.
Well,
that answers your question.
As long as you're okay with it, I would like to do that.
Of course. There's a garden up higher, and upon summoning, the spectral beings are able to maintain all of the stores.
Well, I appreciate it. Thank you.
If that's all. Things seem to be going well. Spell seems to be taking effect.
That's good. I know you all been working very hard.
Yeah, you see Wood is just, he's partially sagging as he and Vin both, it's not a race, but you can definitely tell, like, they're trying to have, like, that little bit of endurance off, like, no, I can go longer, as they're both exhausted flying up the stairs. Yeah. It's definitely been interesting with the younger ones, but it's alright.
Yes, they think they're tireless.
Indeed they do. Imagine what will happen whenever they actually have access to something at a much more powerful level.
I almost don't want to imagine.
He flies in tandem. Have you discovered anything else? I know you've been searching through many different books in the library.
I did come across one thing in particular that caught my eye. It seems that among several of this particular impressions that I found, it seems that there was I guess like a half I don't know how you all would describe it, but a half-breed between a pixie and a sprite. It had top wings like a pixie, but lower ones like a sprite, and it seemed that they took it. There was just different notes for that particular being, and they seemed to change their methods according to what they found for that one, and then one other sprite.
Interesting. A halfer. That's what they're usually referred to.
A what?
A halfer.
Like half.
Okay. Half. Okay.
Half a cuppa.
I've only known of a few number, as generally speaking, we have interactions with one another, but not intimate relations.
Yes, I'm having a hard time identifying who that could potentially have been. So the only other one that seemed to stand out was Cypress actually named him. His name was Flix. They seemed to take a special interest in him as well.
Oh, Flix did have a rather interesting upbringing. Very similar to whoever this other individual is, actually, if I remember correctly.
Flix is just that David everybody knows.
Is there anything else you could tell me about him that you might know that could lead me maybe to further answers?
He wasn't quite a half-elf, but I believe he did have some ancestry with that particular line. Maybe one of his grandparents. But he came from an interesting family. Oftentimes was associating himself with the coming of spring. Preferred to stay more among the pixies than us sprites, which he isn't completely entitled to this.
Interesting. Sorry.
It's okay.
Oh.
What was the description of the other? Don't remember.
It was the...
Knowing this might help jog my memory.
There was the flowery, dark red hazel. That's all they had written down in the description for the original one, the one with the pixie wings. And then they just had a 4.2 next to it. I don't know what that might have meant either.
Probably referring to her height, if I remember. It was Caraway.
Her name was Caraway?
You all have reached the dining area at this point, and he's landed, walking along the table as you're trying to keep in tandem as he's thinking. More out loud.
Do you have any... I haven't perused your entire library. Do you have any books on pixies? Maybe their like their physiology and anatomy, books like that.
Not necessarily. I mean, I do have some relative history on them.
What about sprites as well? There was one of the notebooks that had notes on general anatomy and physiology that they were particularly interested in, but I'd like, if anything, if I could learn more what would actually be considered anatomy and physiology for.
We do have one such document.
May I see it?
Cannot see how it would be. It would be a hindrance if I've deprived you of this.
I appreciate that. I know some things can be held closer than others.
Thank you. Yes, I'll have one of the others direct you to it.
Thank you.
Is that all?
Yes. And I will
Alright.
Go sit down somewhere and eat a little bit and then go back to the library.
You see Nora, everybody comes up for dinner at this point and just spends time conversing. You see Cypress does make a brief appearance and sees Jin is once again kind of supermaning Talal as they fly up the stairs. It took them a little bit longer to get up as he was finishing up a few things.
What's her reaction to Jin carrying him?
Make an insight check.
Curious.
I'm probably too tired.
I can make an insight check. You're there. You see
That's
this.
a 21.
That's okay.
21. It's a really mixed bag of emotions. You get the sense that Cypress, as tough as she is, wears moments of heart on her sleeve. and this seems to be one of those particular instances. It's not quite a look of, it's a strange look between pity and frustration. There's a mix of anger, but there's also this keen pinpointing look, as if to shoot down Jin.
That's terrible. Man, she really does not like Jin, bro. Damn.
I'm nervous that she's gonna like want to come along, and she's gonna mix up the dynamic. I'll just
tell her no.
I mean, yeah, but jeez.
All right, I'm not gonna say anything. I'm just observing, just noticing.
Mm-hmm.
How about the rest of them? How did the rest of them interact with everyone? Like, does everybody seem to get along for the most part?
Everyone seems to get along just fine. They're still in the process because they haven't really known one another for that long, so there is this partial getting to know you, and then there is some familiarity between some of the individuals and others. Like, Vin is familiar with Talel and Jin, but he also knows Cypress. He knows of... he's never officially met Citron, but he has heard of Citron, and so is able to carry on conversations with him. Wood is from a different place entirely, so he's kind of on the fringes, but Ginkgo is quick to make friends. He's in the group, he's the friendliest and the social butterfly. So social sprite.
Social sprite.
He's the social sprite of the group. He's just begins conversing with absolutely anybody, and after this time of resting and as well as exerting himself, you can definitely see there's that twinkle, that spark of personality that was seeming to be drained, just siphoned away from him.
That's good. I'm just gonna, well, I guess Nora's probably too tired. I won't burden you with all of this yet.
She'll be asking later.
Okay, later. I'll let you.
Just for now.
I'm just gonna eat a little bit and then just kind of like head back to my little hidey hole.
You head back to the library as everybody else elects to turn in for the night. They plan on getting a fresh start directly in the morning.
I don't need my sleep. I need research.
So we're almost on the 4th day, right?
This would be the 3rd night.
Okay, so we would only need a couple more. Just like not everyone would have to do the next one.
Right.
Okay. Alright, Nora, I guess, is gonna go to bed. She might take a bath before she goes to bed, but... You know. Just because Mackenzie thinks that would be nice. Also, I kind of want to take a bath. It's fine. That sounds really nice.
You take time for yourself, going bathing in the warm water. There are some fresh herbs that you can add, herbs and plants. A couple of oils that you can sprinkle in. There's actually, within this bathtub, a place for you to sit. So you can choose to stand and kind of wait around, or you can actually sit down. You just tuck into this corner enough to actually fold and cross your legs and just lean back.
If I fall asleep in the bathtub, I'm gonna show up in the forest.
Well, I mean, he's not gonna be there yet. So
I know.
It's not yet, but
I just can't fall asleep in the bathtub.
would that really be the way it is? Like, if we were to like fall asleep naked,
Yes.
would you show up naked?
Yes, you would.
You haven't tried.
You showed
I'm
up.
not going to. I'm not going to.
You showed up in that nightgown. That you
Okay,
were
well, that's
sleeping in.
different. I mean, I was like in clothes. I mean, come on.
You always do. If you wear your armor to sleep, you did that. If you slept with your dagger on your neck, then you.
I mean, I always thought there was like certain things that was allowed in, and then certain things that might not be allowed.
Don't sleep naked.
I'm not going to. Look at me like that. I wasn't going to. I wasn't going to do that.
Okay.
Sleep in the
Don't fall
nude.
asleep.
I wasn't going to do that.
Yes, you were.
Mhm.
Oh,
No, I
Madeline.
wasn't. I was not.
Sorry.
You just hear.
Oh, that would be hilarious. That would actually be hilarious, honestly.
Yes.
Technically, Ella Stray wouldn't mind. She's not really one for clothes either.
No, she's not. She wears her hair.
Yeah, she wears her hair. I don't think my hair's pretty long. I could wear my hair. I could wear my hair.
It would reach some parts.
Can you wear your hair?
It wouldn't cover all the naughty bits.
I thought that was longer than it is. Oh, shit. It's just like
No.
right here. Just long enough, but not long enough.
Oh my gosh. I go to sleep.
Curl
In the
up,
bathtub?
No.
warm, pass out in the warmth of the bed, slip into unconsciousness.
Sorry.
What? What?
Her
Yeah, you just
stomach,
slipped into unconsciousness.
her stomach went.
No, I didn't.
And you?
If possible, I want to go through those, whatever history book he has on the pixies, and take notes in one of my journals, and then the anatomy psychology book on the sprites. I want to take as many detailed notes as I can from that as well.
One of the spectral servants delivers the tome. And you can see there's actually a latch on the side. And as you undo the latch and flip it open, you do see that there are very... They look old. It has that sepia filter on it almost. They're slightly faded. It's not that crisp, dark ink. It's very much faded. You flip through. You see drawings of the wings. You see drawings of the interior, cuts in different locations. It's a very thorough. It's very, very thorough. But make an investigation check or perception check, whichever one, because
Which one?
this would be you noticing something. So this is perception.
My luck has run out.
You fall asleep in the book. No.
Damn it.
You crumple the document as you pick it up. Turns to dust.
Going through, you write down relevant notes. Are you looking for anything in particular?
Well, I want to have the one that they have out, and I want to compare like what they were particularly taking notes on, and see if I see anything more detailed about that. And then I also want to just take notes on things that I think if they had noticed could have been, which sounds really shitty, but like could have had them gain more knowledge if they did notice certain things that maybe like a sprite would notice on themselves. You know what I mean?
Okay. So this would be a different investigation check.
Wow, you little shit.
That's not bad.
No, I know. I'm pissed. I wanted that other one. That's a tainted 20.
Take to 20. For the most part, the notes in the book aren't. They're incomplete, messy, sketched. It looks like they're sketched quickly, as if to capture whatever moment that they were, whatever stage or whatever moment they were observing.
Okay.
The sprite, the one specifically that you are reading from Citron, is very, very detailed, very thoughtful. There are various descriptions. There are reasons why that physiology is the way it is, how certain things came about. Just one is very elegantly done, and one was almost as if it had just been thrown together.
Does the person writing the notebook one, does it seem to even really have a general like science-based knowledge? You know what I mean?
It does, it reads scientifically. It reads as a medicine person or a healer or someone who understands the body. It does read this way. But it's also like they rushed through certain parts because that's what they expected. There is a special note on the wings and about how that connects to different parts of their physiology or their anatomy, how that's connected to their innate ability of spell casting.
The healer, the notebooks.
The notebook says this.
And then what does the actual book have to say about their magic ability and their wings?
Weirdly enough, and it kind of goes back to your question, a lot of it is left unwritten. Many things are there are sketches of how the wings attach to the body, how they interweave with the spine, how it's woven throughout the body. But when it comes to its direct connection to why they glow, why they flare, why sometimes there are these little motes of light that come through them, it's in a way it's treated like another organ, like a separate organ altogether, and is its connection to their innate arcane ability is not as focused on. It's not mentioned as much
in Citron's notebook.
In Citron's book.
Interesting. What does it have to say about their magic abilities?
It is innate. It is just something that many are born with. Some are more powerful. Some are not quite as powerful. When it comes to really strong bloodlines, sometimes you have an anomaly where there will be one or two that have limited arcane ability, limited natural ability to produce various spells. But this is a very rare occurrence. This is something that generally doesn't happen, especially with strong bloodlines.
And okay, what about? I don't know what else I can glean from this book. I'm not a fucking psychologist. I'm not like a anatomy major. I don't know what to ask. Okay, did he get the Pixie history book perchance?
Mm-hmm. That's also there.
All right. Let me read through that, see what I can glean.
Okay, make another investigation check.
9.
9? Your mind still trying to process everything that you've heard earlier. All of these bits of information between learning about Haffas, learning about this potential connection between this particular entity, these two entities, and what those what the abbreviations could mean surrounding it. Who were these people? Are they still alive even? And your mind just starts going into this partial worry, this glossy worry, and you gain that sprites and pixies both have very, very similar physiology, very similar anatomy when it comes to their arcane abilities, when it comes to their overall, like, where everything is. But there is a slight difference in how it's expressed. There is a difference in their magic. There's a difference just overall between their innate abilities.
What kind of differences?
Well. Idiot. Sprites, as you know, can turn invisible. Pixies have better invisibility.
Have better invisibility.
They have better invisibility. generally speaking, they are very similar to how Jinn functions. There's more, instead of being gifted with this intellect, they have this natural connection to nature. They're more nature-based. They have this unspoken will to influence the plants and the entities, the life around them. Sometimes known as various tricksters, they can play tricks from time to time, but generally speaking, they can fight, but they're not warriors. There's also a note that their wings, that there is a dust, a specific dust that actually comes from pixie wings.
Okay.
And that's one of the primary differences between the two is sprites do not have this innate dust. There's a shimmer and sometimes a release from their wings. But pixies specifically, very much like butterflies, have this dust, this regenerative dust, that if it gets hurt, it's able to heal. If it's torn, sometimes if segments are torn, it can reseal itself. There's also some mention of pixie dust being able to help others. If you gather enough of it, it helps individuals potentially fly, as well as other pieces. And also, unlike sprites do not, or pixies, pixies have a better tolerance to magic. Or sprites do not.
What do you mean tolerance?
Magic doesn't seem to affect them as harshly if cast against them.
Well, I'm sure it's getting on into the late hours, so I will
Indeed it is.
pack up my things and go take a bath, and then I will go to sleep.
And you do just that. You sink into the warm water, letting it just soak over you.
And I'm just gonna
You're allowing yourself to decompress. Allow yourself to think. Just process all of this information. Eventually, you go to your bed. Shirt on, I assume. Crawl under the covers. The bed just smashes underneath of your... underneath the pressure of your hand.
And I curl up with Onyx.
You just collapse.
Well.
You take the puppy away from his siblings
Yes, quite often.
and purposefully snuggle him without his siblings.
Yes.
Creating a dependence for you.
Yes. You must depend on me. For love and support and care.
It walked off into a dreamless sleep. The next morning comes.
This time training with Bay. I need to be working more and more and more and more. It has to be constant.
That's okay. Alright then.
Welcome to consciousness on the 4th day. You go down, have breakfast, unless there are any particular conversations you wish to have. And from that point...
I'm gonna take my comforter again to Talavin and be like, I didn't get to talk yesterday because I was tired. Boof! Before I start enchanting, what did you learn yesterday?
And I'll space out my notes that I've taken all over the bed and show her different things and connections that I made and maybe see if she can make any other connections that I might not have seen.
So, question, can I roll an insight / or not insights for people, investigation or something for her notes on the pixie dust?
Sure. You're familiar with the Fae. Now be an intelligent, what exactly are you trying to go after?
I'm trying to think if the enchanting dust that I use.
That's what I was gonna ask.
Yeah, the enchanting dust that I use for the thing. Because I thought back, I didn't tell you that the Sprite wing powder looked familiar.
No, you did.
I did tell you that? Oh, okay.
I forgot to say something. I was like, is the pixie dust maybe what she was talking about? The dust that they use to help them create...
No, she's rolling an intelligence check right now.
Intelligence?
Hmm?
It's too early for this. I got a 5.
5? You haven't had... I mean, you know of pixies, you know of sprites, you know of various tiny fae folk. It's... I mean, it's hard to keep in mind what pixie dust looks like. It's been a long time since you've thought about that. You might have to just wake up a little bit more and stretch.
Okay. I'll think about it. Later.
Okay, so this is day 46, so I'll just do this day 45.
Alright, that's all I really did. I got the information that she gleaned, and then probably headed down for, hopefully, the last enchanting session. It was so enchanting, our time here.
No. No.
Ha 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 ha.
You go down, have breakfast, and once again, everybody, with fluttering in anticipation, head down into the basement once again for the final casting session. Go ahead and roll your skill check.
Oh, not bad.
Bro, I thought that was a 1. I was like, what do you mean not that bad?
18.
19.
Did you get advantage?
With advantage! 18.
Yeah, no. That is it.
Thank you, my dear friend.
As you guys, chanting in unison, lay your hands against the binding of the book, you watch as all of the copper wires which you have woven in the final pages connecting the smaller tome to the larger. You watch as, almost like a fuse, it whips around, ignites, and everybody's concentrating, holding off on that moment. You take the book, you look, you hold it up to the lamplight. As you very faintly turn the pages, there is a faint shimmer to it.
Yes! Faint shimmer?
Mm-hmm. Faint shimmer.
Okay. I'm gonna pull out my quill.
And Citron takes the other tome, looks, and like, this seems to have taken some kind of effect. He opens it, waits.
I'm just gonna, I don't know, just do a little scroll.
I think it has to be words.
No,
Descending.
it transfers anything, doesn't it?
You watch and hear this faint scratches. Watch as your little doodle, your little scroll appears on the page before vanishing.
Is it the same size as what was on hers, or did it shrink to
It's
fit?
proportional.
Okay.
It covers everything.
Hey, I'm just asking, bro,
One
because sometimes
letter
shit
per
fuck
page.
up.
You're right. If we'd all rolled really terribly, that's probably what would have happened.
Have to go like one letter at a time.
Everybody fails. Okay, gotcha.
While they're doing that, I'm gonna raid the herbs room.
Pretty much anything you could want or need, you can supply yourself with.
I'm gonna restock myself. Do I see anything I haven't seen before?
You see a lot of stuff that you haven't seen before. But unfortunately, if you don't know what it is, how can you know its
Well,
properties?
what about that? I took some notes on some new things from a book in Citron, and I have the one from that I technically got from Raymond. I want to just go see if I see.
Looking at those, these are foreign. These are completely foreign to the book that you read.
Damn.
Take them anyway. I'm just gonna eat them and see what happens.
It's okay.
I'll take a lot of mint though.
You fill up your bag.
And anything that I've ever gotten, if I see anything that Talel's asked for, I'll get that as well.
Mm-hmm.
Besides just my healing herbs.
Mm-hmm. You see a castor. You see the seeds and the stems and some roots for that. You grab that. You grab. You actually do see the mineral. Not tar. Yeah, trona. You see the trona mineral.
I guess
in small stone form. Take a scoop, pour it into a satchel, and tie it up.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm gonna get some ritual ingredients that I might need. Just like some generic ones.
Easy enough.
From the one. Just, general.
I want to go after that to the art studio.
Where do you go to the art studio?
I just want to snoop around what's in here. Is it just
you see in the art studio there are paints, there are clays, there are sculptures, there are cutting wires and wheels. You see that there are beads, strings, yarns, more fabrics.
I'm kind of artsy. I want to do something.
That sounds wonderful.
Let's think.
Let us think. Let's see. So about what time do we finish the
You would have gotten started around 8 or so. So by the time this ends, it would probably be around 2, I think, right? No, it would be around 4.
Oh, if we got started at 8, it would be 4. We'd finish at 4. I would finish before then, which is when I would go get my components.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's pretty much all I do. Figured out what you're gonna make.
I think I'm going to do. Should I? I don't think I've ever really worked with
clay. So I'm a pretty good drawer, which means I could potentially be a good painter.
Gonna paint now,
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Sorry. Anyway.
I'm going to. What's
a good moment we've had recently? No, not that one.
You make a clay sculpture of the sprites and you have to mold it.
I was thinking of no, I'm not. No, that's not. No, I'm not going that. No. It's not about that, but it's...
You could paint Glacier.
His blue eyes. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that.
I'm going to make a little figurine. I'll use the clay, and I'm going to make a little figurine of a wolf to give to Paul. Hopefully it doesn't look like shit, because if it looks like shit, I'm not getting into it.
Oh, fuck, performance is garbage.
If it looks really bad, I'm not giving it to him, so... I know what a wolf looks like. If my fucking clay doesn't look like a wolf, it's not gonna...
Make an intelligence saving throw.
That's a natural 19! What the fuck? That's 25!
This is bad.
You take a moment, and as you finish, you look, and it kind of has this Wile E. Coyote look. The cheeks, you were trying to get the cheeks to flare out, and they end up just looking almost like this strange cartoon mouth. The ears slightly fold in on themselves, the eyes slightly bulge. In that moment, you thought it looked good. Clay is hard to work with.
Can I try again?
This takes the better part of a few hours, so you probably have just enough time to try one more.
I'm gonna get a natural one this time, watch.
Performance.
Is that cocked?
No.
No, I can't.
It was a 12 plus. That's a 15. That's okay.
15. The anatomy is accurate. He's less cartoonish.
Is it okay though?
Make an intelligence saving throw.
Damn, that's a tainted 20.
Tainted 20. It's
I needed that roll.
for a memorabilia for a piece of you that you are going to bequeath to this child. It would suffice. It's by no means like your sketch work.
Damn, I should have just fucking painted him something. God damn it.
Pissed. It's okay. It's fine.
Are we sending Paul home?
Oh fuck! I meant to talk to you about that. Fuck. I don't know. It's like
As you descend the stairs,
Oh, I was gonna ask.
slightly perturbed.
After the second day, on the third day, I was gonna ask her to see if we could find his dad. And see if maybe his parents were in separate places doing separate things.
Okay.
Sorry, I totally forgot. If she can. If she seems too tired, I won't ask her.
You could ask her just today, on the 4th day.
Well, I spend a lot of time making a stupid fucking wolf, bro. Damn.
You go to her and ask this. She, of course. I have the description. Do you want to go get him?
no. No.
All right. She takes that moment and begins concentrating on the mirror. Once again, her wings, this very vibrant glow, as once again the same sigils that she had scrawled out before ignite. There's this warm glow to the mirror. She raises up as her eyes glaze over. 1 inch, 2 inch, 3 inches. She just hovers there. She's concentrating. You see the image shift. You see shadows at first. And you see the figure of a man looking exhausted, sitting on the edge of a bed. You see it looks like he's talking with someone. Words barely come through of, it's been days. I don't know where. I know that. But what if... Don't say that. Pick up other fragments before it dissipates.
Alright. I think that's enough for me.
He falls back to the ground and... Oh, sorry.
No, it's okay. Thank you. I was unsure if they were being watched or if somebody was telling them something that wasn't true, and I just wanted to make sure.
I don't know. It looked like he was with someone else.
It could have been
And
his
I-
mother.
I couldn't see.
Did the surroundings look similar? I know she was pacing, and he was sitting on the edge of a bed, but did
They looked similar.
Okay.
You want to cast sending one more time?
Sending?
Oh, you can't just send a message, can you? Damn.
Because we could send them a message and be like, meet us. Because I don't think it'd be safe for us to go back into the town.
No,
And I don't
we
want
could
to
just... We could just...
I'm not gonna
I'll
just.
take him.
No, I'm not gonna just send him into the town. Do any of the sprites that we have with us?
Can they cast disguise self on one of us?
Disguise self?
If I was to ask.
I'll check.
Because I don't know if you can cast it onto someone else.
Why would...
Yeah, you can cast disguise self onto someone else.
Why
Okay.
would Glacier give Paul to us?
He probably
town.
didn't know where the kid lived. He probably found him in the fire and just brought him out. And then was dipping out.
He just straight kidnapped a kid.
Technically, he saved him from the fire.
He probably didn't. Hometown.
Well, he probably didn't want anybody to find him and think that he had anything to do with it. Not that I am condoning anything that Glacier does.
It's just odd that he would. He never even saw it. Well, I mean, as far as we know, he never even saw us with Paul. He's just like, hey, this random kid that I found. He was in a building you set on fire. It's like, I didn't even do that, okay? And besides... Okay, sorry, I'm just salty.
Oh, I wanted to investigate that note too. Shit! So many things!
I made a wolf instead.
Fucking A, bro!
Yeah, you spent your time making a wolf.
Well, it was because I wanted to make the wolf because I wanted to send Paul home.
I think we should.
Do any of them have disguise self that they could cast on me?
Ginkgo does.
And it only lasts an hour, right? How far away from the town again? We're pretty fucking far.
4 hours.
4 hours? Oh, yeah, because we went hard for
3.
Make an intelligence saving throw.
Hey,
that's a natural 19,
hey,
so
Citron,
25.
Can you do a BAMF for us?
25. Based on the note, if you remember the note, it said, obviously, take care of your collateral. It said, like, meet in the next town.
Yeah, I know, but he said take care of your collateral. Meet in the next town. Like, that doesn't...
Maybe the collateral wasn't that he almost died.
I know, but, I mean, is he telling us to bring him to the next town? I mean, for all we know, they could be in the next town. Maybe he brought us the kids, and then he went back for the parents, and took the parents to the next town and told them to get the fuck out.
Well, we just scryed on them.
I know, but we don't know what their home looks like.
Wait, Paul would have recognized.
If I asked Paul,
scribed.
I mean, yeah, did he recognize where his parents were? His mom?
Oh. No, I don't know what they are.
Yeah.
That doesn't look like our house. That doesn't look like our home.
They're in the next town. We've been making them wait. Fucking A.
Okay.
It's only been 4 days!
You're so smart. But why wouldn't Glacier... Okay, I guess he just had to get the parents out or something. I don't know. Okay, fine. Alright. We'll go to the next town.
It's time to leave.
Sad. I'm gonna miss this place.
Oh, I'm gonna miss all the sprites. I'm gonna miss them a little bit, I think.
As you guys... do you say goodbye to any of them? All of them?
Yeah.
Do you just...
Okay.
No, we just slip out into the darkness. Into the middle of the day. No, we'll say goodbye.
He looks and says it is good. Citron. It is getting late. It's almost dark.
Damn, already?
I would hate to delay everyone else, but this place should last another day.
One more night? Sure. I guess.
Leave first thing in the morning. Everyone here is still a little tired.
What can I do on my last night?
I have to get as much out of this as I possibly can. Shit.
You're more than welcome to leave. I can send everyone else back. And Ginkgo at this point chimes in. He's like, no, we need a proper send-off. Like, here we are trying to save the world. At least save our kind.
I'm gonna kind of miss him. He's funny. I want to keep all of them.
I don't say that out loud. I'm sorry. Sophia is just obsessed with NPCs.
Oh, I'm obsessed with my NPCs.
I'm obsessed with all of them because they're all so nice and they're fun.
You all have dinner unless you insist that they leave.
No.
And they can leave first thing in the morning.
I'm gonna go hang out in the observatory for a little while. I wanted to do that at night.
I was gonna do that
One
after the
night.
dinner, after
Yeah.
we like, jolly, and then
You all have dinner, and right afterwards, the spectral entities come forward and begin playing music once again in the main hall area.
In the ballroom?
In the ballroom.
Do you want to do a dance and then do an observatory?
I have a feeling I know what might happen, but sure.
We can dance together, just one, and that's all.
And then we will run out of here.
As you guys go out into the middle, roll a performance check. As some of the others are also.
I'll let you lead.
Performance.
That's
an 18. Let me lead.
Eat.
Nice. You guys go out onto the floor and, as gracefully as you can, somewhat stumbling, but having a good time. Finally, something.
We should be better dancers. I trained as a freaking little princess.
You trained.
God
How
damn it.
many things did you train in before you
All
had
of
to
them.
leave?
I had to be a lady, but I had to be train the horse, train everything. I had to be able to do everything by the time I was 5.
Ask your classic question, Madison.
What time? What?
How old were you when you were? How
old were you when you had to leave your home?
I don't remember, but I feel like
You were
12-year-olds knew how to dance.
I think so. I remember it well.
I'm not going to say that. That was
years old.
that could have got me in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
It had nothing to do with this, but there was something that could have got me in a lot of trouble.
12 to 13 years old. Remember this.
Sansa was 13 when she
Wasn't
left
I-
home. She could dance.
Wasn't I a child prodigy and everything?
I'm a child prodigy. I don't know what the fuck you talking about.
Yeah. So we done do a goof dance.
As you
is what it
guys
is.
goof dance, just
better
going out and
warriors.
having a good time, you glance over, make a perception check.
And you see,
I
knew
natural
this was gonna
one.
happen.
Haha! Damn, my perception is too fucking high, bro. Damn it.
16.
15.
16 and 15. As you guys glance over, you do see Jin and Talal are also dancing over the camera, although they're not flying this particular time. They're on the ground.
That's okay.
I don't have anything that can help him.
We could throw
And
him
you
in
hear
there.
Just throw him.
fly up to you, Nora.
Who did?
You just hear fly up to you.
Yes. Yeah.
It's Ginkgo.
Oh.
Ah!
He takes a moment and bows boldly. He says, "May I have this dance?"
Oh my goodness.
You hear Wood, "I was joking! And you hear Vin, no, let it go, let him go. I want to see this.
Well, I don't usually dance with men shorter than me, but I suppose I can make an exception
Dear.
this one time.
No one will dip you like I.
Does
Oh
anyone
my
have resize?
God.
Can someone resize me or something?
You don't have that spell either. Only
From
wizards
that
do.
point, it's interesting. Usually you place your hand on your waist along the shoulder, but this day he just hovers in front of you. And instead, you keep both of your hands at your sides as you all dance back and forth and twirl.
That's not that bad. See, that's
He
cute,
raises his
though.
hand as you twirl. Roll a performance check.
Oh, you're going to fall. You're going to do great.
Oh my god.
You are
guys
so
guys are-
stunned by his relative comment that all of your pacing, everything is just slightly off. His movements are elegant and cold.
I'm gonna be over in the corner, just like
you actually begin to stumble, and he actually does manage to catch and like lead you back into a standing position as he throws his entire weight into you, keeping you balanced.
Talavin is in the corner, fucking dying.
Nora's laughing at herself because she can do that. Mackenzie has trouble doing that, but it's okay.
Oh, lordy.
As he sees you, Talavin, doing this, he gives a bow, and he's like, "Forgive me, I must attend to someone else who obviously does not understand dancing." Flies over to you and is like, "Well, may I?"
Oh, no. Of course. Fuck. If I get a natural 1, I'm gonna die. 15, 18!
Same no contact, but you watched how his various movements, how he spun, how he flew around, and you're better able to understand what it is that he's actually going for, and you, keeping track of his eyes and his various movements, actually perform this very lovely dance.
Thank you.
You see Wood like, no. Like that, not enough women.
Not after that.
Vin actually goes over. What you guys also notice as you are dancing, you notice that Vin actually goes over to Jin and gives a bow and holds out his hand to her.
Don't you dare. He's gonna fly into Locan. He's gonna make Lil feel bad. I swat him out of the air as I'm dancing.
Especially because they have history.
I'm kidding, I don't do that. But I do glare at him just a little bit through the corner of my eye. Not really. Just a little bit, but not like a lot. But just like a... I see what you're doing.
What happened?
She kind of looks at him and she, you can't quite make out what it is that they're saying, but she clings to Talel. He kind of gives her this look and kind of has this like almost strange look on his face. And she leans over, gives Talal a kiss, and goes to dance with Vin.
Is Cypress here?
She is there.
What is her reaction to this?
She flies over. She's near the mantle right now, sitting quietly. And as she sees Vin go over, and they actually do take flight. How dare he? And fly are kind of spiraling and flying around, dancing to the music. Cypress does go over to Talal, and you actually see. Make an insight check. Because you guys are noticing this.
15.
15.
Insight. 18.
18. Now, Talavin, technically you are still dancing with Ginkgo at this point, so technically you're at disadvantage as you're picking up on this, but actually...
14.
14? Okay, you're still able to pick up on the primary elements of this. You see Cypress actually going over her shoulders, broader than her brother's, which is slightly amusing in the back of your mind. But you see... she actually kind of takes him by the arm and leads him around the corner.
Like aggressively?
It's forceful, but with purpose.
That's okay. They're gonna have a heart-to-heart, a sibling thing.
I'll let it go for now.
Mm-hmm. You finish your dance and Ginkgo bows lowly. He's like, I told you I'd do it. And flies back over and he's like, you were a lovely dance partner. He actually flies down by your hand and kind of tries to guide it up and gives it a kiss.
Monsieur.
Gives another bow and flies back over to Wood. Wood is... I didn't think you'd actually do something like that. Like, what are you thinking? The others are just laughing at Ginkgo, who's just all smiles.
I can't let any of them go.
changing the deal.
Oh, you have to stay with us forever!
Make them give you the mark in their sleep.
Sorry.
After a few minutes or so, you still don't see Talal and Cypress.
I'm going to
Be making my way to the observatory, but I'll like excuse myself and just be like, I'm
Mm.
and like head that way that I saw them disappear.
stealthily for a moment to see if I can overhear anything. But then if
Stealth
I
check.
can't, then I'll just keep going.
Stealth check. Nora, are you going with her?
I'm not gonna be stealthy. I'm just gonna
18.
I'm just
Damn,
gonna-
come on!
I'm just gonna walk to the observatory.
18.
Okay.
I'm not gonna be stealthy.
Fine, I'll just keep walking.
Cause then
It's
they'll know.
fine.
They'll know
Fine.
that you're eavesdropping.
Well,
You walk by just as you hear, like, oh, we're done having this conversation. As he
Whose voice was that?
hello, as he goes back around the corner. And Vin and Jin at this point are fluttering down, and she's like, "I missed you so much." And she just goes and just wraps her arms around his neck.
Bro, their love
It's like-
almost makes
it's
me
like-
sick.
And it's like, yeah,
But it's
he's
so
such a
fucking
terrible dancer. And Vin is like, really, I'm such a terrible dancer. And she's like, fly
Over
all
my
over
shoulder
me.
and be like, I can see it.
She,
Of course she
I'll head up to the observatory.
Where was...
Just,
Did Cypress, like, fly off or anything?
you didn't see her leave.
But she was still in the ballroom then?
Yeah, she was still in the area.
Okay.
You go up to the observatory, up to that third floor. There are some, and not gossip benches, these sleigh bed-like areas where you can just lay back and stare up at the sky.
I will go get my comforter and my puppy, and I will... and I will
Dragging
I will sleep
without
in
you,
there tonight.
just staring up at the hundreds and thousands, millions of stars. Naturally, the torchlight dims around you.
I just stare at the stars and
Yes,
then fall asleep.
just stare at the stars.
Yeah.
You fall asleep there?
Yeah.
Make another perception check.
I think
Nora?
I can see Zoom.
It would. You're also there too. If you want to make a perception check, you don't have to make a perception check.
13. I want to see it. There's something there. I want to see it. 13.
15. There's a point where you both feel yourself drifting off as you hear, like, I don't see. No, I really don't understand you. You know exactly what it is that you're doing. Why can't you leave him be? Like, you see what it is that he needs to do. You see that he owes these people. You see all of this. Why are you staying here? Why are you rebelling for this long? Yeah. I'm not rebelling. I'm sorry that's your perception of the events. I'm going to go and find Talal. And she's like, you hear, no, you're not. You hear what sounds like almost like a quicker scuffle, a flurrying of faster wings, and a soft.
I hear this. I'm still awake.
Mm-hmm. As you all were getting ready to drift off,
I think I'm in
you
Twilight
pick up
Zone.
on this.
I'm gonna wake up. Can I wake up?
Hmm?
And
Yeah,
I am
yeah.
gonna go see what the fuck just happened.
Okay, are you being stealthy about it?
Yes.
I'm just asking. If you're being
Not
stealthy.
really then. Not 13. As I'm dragging my comforter and my dog and my wolf with me. No, I'm just kidding. I don't do that. I throw them on the floor. No.
Is it-
Are you both going, or one of you going? Wait, what's
I don't
going on?
think she's not doing anything. I'm going.
confused state where you hear something and you're like, is this a dream? Is this not a dream? Just like
Okay, you're caught in between. Talavin, you head over to the edge of the observatory.
I leave my
and look out.
I leave my puppy with my blanket. I do not take the puppy with me at all. I give it the kiss and I keep going. Not really.
Give a big kiss. Right near the stairs. Now, make a perception check. Make your way to the edge of the observatory, leaning against the rim, peering out down that long hallway.
17.
17. You see across from the stairway, partially pinned to the door, with her arm, Cypress has Jin partially pinned against the wall.
I'm gonna get fucking call lightning my ass, bro! Why?
Cypress is currently keeping Jin pinned there. Jin is just staring back defiantly. She's making no move. And you hear, why? Why, out of all the poor, unfortunate souls, did you have to choose my brother?
I'm not showing myself yet. I'm just going to listen for a minute. If they don't really make moves on each other, I'm going to leave it be. But I just don't want them... I don't want Cypress to, take her or something crazy.
Mm-hmm. All right, good to know. You're holding your action. Cypress, just across her chest, near her neck, is just, why of all the poor, unfortunate souls did you choose my brother? Go after for this partial rebellion, for whatever it is that you're scheming, you're planning. Jin, cool as anything. I didn't plan anything. He was the one who inspired me to act. You hear that nonsense? You hear Jen's response of, is it? You've heard the way he talks. You know him. I don't see why you're so opposed to all of this. And it's because it's not with the rites of the spirits. It's not according to tradition. We know our place. And him being Poison Master already has a certain stigma associated with it. And you go and add to that. Not to mention that it was probably his thoughts of you that helped drive him to go back. He was found by all of these other people. Do you really think that he would have jeopardized everything unless he had you on his mind? Jin's like, I know. Probably did. And he was in my thoughts too. It was his words. All of his words, Cypress. The way he spoke out that day. The way he challenged the Queen's order. I'd never heard anyone say anything like that, and it made me question so many things about my own life. I was content with the life that I was given before. And it was his words that inspired me to act. I can't help if my own actions inspired him to do the same. I'm actually believing in more. Is this because of... Cypress raises her arm against Jin. Don't you dare. Changing the subject.
She lost somebody.
You tell me now. Tell me now that all of this is real or fake. She's you obviously don't know your brother. If you think he doesn't know his own heart, he certainly knows his own mind. And Cypress flies off. brushes herself off, checking to make sure she doesn't have any scrapes or anything. In that moment, glances over and she goes, "How much of that did you see?"
Just all of it.
Talavin!
I thought she was gonna kidnap you!
I'm not the kidnapping type. And she flies over,
Oh, no.
lands on one of the light fixtures, just as hanging there, looking down at you.
I was just worried, and I had a discussion with her earlier, and she unsettled me a little bit.
She's always been like this. She's very protective of her brother.
I mean, I understand that. I'm protective of both of you. I wouldn't want anything to happen.
I know, and I appreciate that. But she flies down at eye level. It's like, I don't know if you've had to deal with relative in-laws or potential siblings in the past, but this is just a natural part of things. And I can understand where she's coming from. I really can.
Well,
it does seem out of the blue, and it does seem odd that we would make such a wonderful couple. It's hard for some people to accept. Especially for those who aren't willing to challenge the system themselves.
I bet she loved the one dude that Talal had to beat.
oh, Talal whooped his ass! Sorry, this is Sophia.
That was Mickey.
Bro, can you imagine? Just side note, real quick.
Because he's super tough.
If Cypress was in love with the man that Jin was supposed to marry, and Talal, her little non-magical shrimpy brother, beat his ass. Do you know how shit that would make her look if she married him?
They're there.
I mean, I'm just saying, because now, like, it's like, bro, he ain't shit. Like, he ain't shit now. I'm just saying.
But I'm gonna pull it back together now. What was the last thing she said? Because I'm completely out now.
Some people who aren't willing to change the system, who are willing to accept the way that things are. That's what I was inspired by Talal's words one day, as he challenged the queen of the region, which is partially why he got in trouble the way he did. But it was what he said. It was how he said it. He didn't believe that certain things should be completely limiting. That that knowledge in itself, you shouldn't be limited from where you come from to the knowledge that you have access to. And the way he spoke that day, I suddenly realized all of the confines that were in our own society. And that's probably why they call him a bad influence, but...
Well, I will say that I don't see him as a bad influence. I think change is necessary.
Some change is necessary. And I'm not saying that it works for other people. It really does. And I can honestly see why, because certain interminglings, it makes it difficult. If you... Talal understands the court. He understands how to interact with others, but take someone else, someone of a different status, they might not understand certain social graces. They might trample all over the other's feelings. There has to be a certain boundary, in a way, so that there's an understanding, at the very least, of this is where this person comes from, and keeping all of these things in mind. I'm not saying it shouldn't happen, but sometimes it works out for the best.
Well, maybe one day people will see it like that.
We shouldn't go spying on everyone.
Oh, well, it's what I've been doing my whole life.
And in that moment, it's a playful tug, but she grabs kind of along the roots of your hair as she flutters her wings right in your face, and let's go. And flutters back.
It's just an innate ability. Can't help it.
Nora's just sleeping in the corner with her halo, like I was the good one.
And I will tell you nothing that happened.
Do not say anything to Talal. Things are already tense enough.
I understand.
And things being what they are, I know that you all don't view the same life debt as others might, but in his mind, he has essentially resigned himself to probably not going back.
I hope that's not true. I hope one day you can both go back together.
I don't want to. Neither does he.
Shit. You can stay with us forever. Fuck it.
There is a certain yearning, admittedly, for people of your own size, but
you never know what's out there until you can go out and find it.
I'm not exactly sure what that's supposed to mean in this particular moment, but there's so much world out there. And we've always talked about going and seeing so many different things, and now we have that chance. We have that chance with each other. Why wouldn't we take it?
I hope you
We can go and be free. We can be free together. And that's ultimately what ended up making him happy.
Good. Well, one day then.
I'm going to go find him. And if we're late to breakfast, don't wait up. She flies back down the stairs.
Oh dear. We're leaving first thing in the morning. We have to wait up.
I will go back and snuggle with my puppy and look back up at the stars.
You drift off into sleep. And sleep comes to you, but no dreams. And it's heart-wrenching.
Hey, come on, I need somebody!
The morning comes and you can watch the sunrise as you open your eyes. Just off, you can see that there is a very faint horizon to this observatory. You just watch the sun, Stargarius and Una just both rise, cresting over the distant horizon.
I'm going to sketch the sunrise.
Two big balls of burning fire.
Yes. Well, just like from my point of view, like just like the general, like the window panes of the observatory, with just so that I can remember what this looks like. I'll probably never see it again.
We'll create our own.
We'll get our own mansion, our super badass mansion.
We'll do that one day.
You gather up your things, all of your various belongings, place your armor back onto your bodies, head down, have breakfast. There's slight tension, but also an excitement, an acknowledgement of things to come.
Damn it, I should have taken one more bath. Fuck.
That's okay.
It's fine. To the next hairy man bath.
Everyone, after gathering all of their belongings, Zoom, putting his things up onto his shoulders, helps guide out the horses. Sasana, for the first time, seems normal.
They've been exercising the fuck out of her. She's gonna
She
have
had
the highest endurance of all.
Her muscles on her rump are so toned.
I was riding Warrior every day, okay? Just not that hard. Just not that hard. We just did a little play shit.
Something.
Dear. Yikes.
Like,
Paul can ride with me.
Because my horse is the biggest, and I'm not putting him on your horse, so. Yeah. Your horse is crazy.
And plus, Warrior's used to Paul, so.
alrighty. I guess before we leave, we will address the sprites. Or I guess we'll leave at the same time, or maybe not.
Yeah, whatever time.
You're all leaving at about the same
I
time.
want to make sure that they actually go through the portal and they all get through safely.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want any hags, no bullshit.
Walk outside
At the very last minute. Ha! No, they're not.
No, they're not.
Ah! Not Citron!
Oh, Citron. Okay. It's fine.
As they all go to the area, they all kind of give this smile and this fateful look back as they know what is still owed to you. But they're working on paying it through this alliance, this connection you have between your books. And the plans to come are tentative, still unsure. You're ready. And Citron takes that moment, bows low. All the others follow suit.
I'll return.
And you see Vin in that moment. He goes up to Talal, just kind of looks at him like, you better take care of yourself. It's a shame that I'm not going to be able to see all of your adventures, but I could do with some time away from the big folk. I don't see how you do it. And Talal
I find that
just
mildly insulting. I'm quite pleasant. Most of the time.
Yes, we are.
Most of the time.
It's still, he hasn't spent as much time as Talal, and has not been in as many harrowing experiences. Throwing that out there.
Oh, I was just joking. I was just total joke. Like, oh, I was gonna say it out loud and just like as like a smirky joke.
You should have.
Well, like I thought I did,
you
but
did.
Well,
it's fine.
you did.
Yeah,
You
no, I did, and I just
he
as
heard
like a
it,
just
and he
like
looked
a
at you.
joke, just as a joke.
Yeah,
Totally
Vin looks
kidding.
like, see, I see, I really don't trust them. I don't know what it is. I don't trust any of them.
And I'll just give him. I'll just give him like a, just like a wink, just like a.
No, especially that one. You really have to watch yourself around them. Until I'll just gives him a little knock on his ear, and Vin returns the brief boxing. He goes over to Jin. In that moment, it looks like he wants to like try and rush her, and she takes him by the collar and just body slams him over her shoulder onto the ground. She leans over. Nice try. In that moment, she actually grabs Talal's by his belt and pulls him in and gives him a kiss as Vin is just looking up, and he's like, I know. Had to try.
Maybe next time, champ.
Scoundrel.
Talal helps him up, and he's like, see what happens when you get the girl first. Vin goes back to the group. You see Cypress actually come up to Talal. And they just kind of make eye contact. There's this almost cold look. They just make silent eye contact. So before she says, "You're going to get yourself killed, you stupid idiot. I'm going to laugh at your funeral." At that point, she actually grabs him, brings him in, and gives him a quick hug. But in that moment, there's a brief pause where you see her head turn to him and say something. You see his body go rigid.
What did she
She
say?
pulls.
As Nora finally gets into the snoopingness.
Roll a perception check.
Oh,
As they're not flying at eye level. You guys are kneeling.
Well, I can't read lips,
You're
so
close, but
can I perception hear it?
I got a nat 20.
Natural 20.
Where it matters, you know.
you see as she turns, you just barely catch the corner of her lips, but that natural 20.
Natural 20.
You hear Well, you imagine you hear it in your head, but you see it on her lips of, you have my blessing. She pulls away, takes a fist and pounds him in the chest. She just gives Jin this long look before turning back to the others and walking away.
I cast Cure Wounds.
Totally worth though. Totally worth.
Talavin, what you see, you're not quite sure. You can roll an insight as to what actually happened.
Ooh, that's actually pretty good. Hold on. 19.
19. Based on what you saw, it seemed less of a threat and more like shock, whatever it was that was spoken. And then she just pounded him for perhaps passive-aggressively. Perhaps that was always her play love language.
I remember probably me and my brother being like that, so I probably recognize it a little bit.
Citron looks back up at you and is like, we cannot thank you enough, and we look forward to your correspondence. Hopefully we can get this entire matter resolved soon. Protect our people.
Yeah. If you need anything else, just let us know.
We expect you to be in contact. If not, you'll be hearing from us.
I look forward to it.
Visiting.
She keeps like jutting in and out, so I can't see her facial expressions
What was the last
perfectly.
thing?
The last thing he said?
You will be, if we don't hear from you, we will be paying correspondence physically.
Oh, gotcha.
We already know which of us have volunteered to come back. We will not forget, even if you might.
We will remember you.
Take care of yourselves. Safe travels, and may the spirits guide you. With another bow, he goes and begins drawing the circle. Ginkgo's like, really ought to be careful with your footsteps. Might fall.
Yes, I snicker under my breath. I'm like,
that is what tends to happen if you fumble your feet. You do tend to fall.
Oh, do not fumble your feet. Simple as that. As the sigils begin lighting, you see Raymond kneel over by Vin. He's like, well, I'm going to be missing you. Whether or not you decide to trust me or not, that's entirely up to you, but it's been nice having somebody else keep an eyes out for you all. Vin has this strange look on his face as he gives a curt bow. And then you hear, go! Everybody takes off flying. And just like that, they're gone.
all of them are gone?
Like the normal ones. Okay.
Spice, Jin, and Talel remain.
Okay. I'm okay with that.
Man, we squeaked by that one, bro.
Yeah. You know, okay. I should.
Damn it, I never said anything about the fucking fairy dust. Damn it! I got like 14 jars of this shit!
If only we had spent the time to get the notebook. If only we had some way of corresponding with them. Oh no.
I'm not gonna bring it up yet. I'll just bring it up in the next town and I'll bring it up to Talel Jin. Shit.
Rats. Man, I should have done this. I didn't even
My
think
brain,
about it.
it's like too many things to think about, man.
What's the city that we just left?
Pasto?
Pasto?
No, Carnum.
Carnum. You all just left Carnum.
Yeah.
You were in Pineview. Before that, it was Pasto. Before that, it was Bomberg. Before that, it was Willends.
Okay, yeah, I have that written throughout my notes. For funsies, you know, today's gone pretty well so far. Hey,
It's early in the morning.
What?
Look at her. You look so scared. Can I have the amulet? I have the
Didn't
amulet.
Jasper just tell you to be careful not to say anything?
Well, firstly, can I look at the chain? Because it was the amulet that had the talkie thing, the walkie-talkie bit, and then it was the chain that had the locate person.
Mm-hmm.
Does the chain still have, like, the locate person on it?
We kind of need that.
You focus on it and you concentrate. You feel the chain pull slightly and you look and there is a beam headed south.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna break it.
Oh.
I was just curious, because, I don't know, I feel like I should do something about that. Because, you know, we have, like, a direct link to someone.
Well, we have a direct link to them. It's them that has a direct link to us.
Yeah, it's both. It's both ways.
Intelligence check. If we broke one of the actual chains, would that break the magic between the two of them? On locate object or person or whatever it is?
This would be an Arcana check.
That's a natural 17 plus 6 is 23.
Generally, when magic items are chipped, broken, spells tend to go with it.
But if we only broke the chain, it wouldn't damage the communication part.
Spell tends to go with it.
They were cast together? Even the ones on the chain and ones on the...
Yeah, because it looked like two separate objects.
Yeah, that was...
You can certainly try.
No,
Bruh, come on, we ain't doing all
I
that
was
now.
just gonna do like a thing and be like, hey, in case you haven't heard, you might want to stay at Arcanum for a while. But then again...
They weren't with us, so they wouldn't know.
I know. Alright. Just wanted to know if Madison killed them yet.
Go ahead.
No,
something.
that's okay. Because then...
Do you want me to say something? Because I'll say something.
Because then they'll be like, well, where are they now? And if someone sees it, well, but then they'll have the thingy. I don't know, why is this...
Do you want me to or not?
I mean, kinda.
What do you want me to say? I'll go ahead. I don't care.
You do care.
I do a little bit, but
I
not
do
a lot.
care. You know what? Never mind. Never mind.
Are you sure?
Yeah, that's okay. Because then that would give away the city that we're in.
I
Or
mean,
that
all
would
you have to do is just be like, careful heading north caused a bit of ruckus.
Okay.
I will say that into the thing. Hopefully somebody hears me there. Might not. For all we know, it's stuffed into a saddlebag and they'll never hear from it again. They forgot about it. For all we know, we don't know.
You take that moment, you concentrate, you focus,
Oh, it would be so bad.
you
I have to know.
mutter, careful. Careful going north. Caused a bit of a ruckus.
That's all.
Nothing.
Okay. That's good.
They're dead.
Oh, that's actually probably true too. Well, fuck.
Oh, shoot. Okay, fine.
It is what it is. Oh, at least this way.
What kind of a ruckus?
Oh, damn it!
I mean, good to hear from you, but what kind of a ruckus?
We just burned a
Are you
house
okay?
down.
What? What?
You know, saving people, doing her hero stuff.
By burning down a house.
Hey, look, they were bad people.
They're alive.
You sense this long pause.
I'm touching
Tell
the
me.
amulet too so I can hear it. I'm doing
It doesn't matter. They're bad people. You don't go burning down houses.
You should
What
have
on
met
earth
her.
are you getting into?
All kinds.
Not an answer. Really, not an answer.
Maybe one day you'll find out.
So you reached out to have us worry about you guys.
There's no need to worry. We got away.
That's worse, hearing about managed to get away.
We got a 4-day lead.
Quiet. You hear the sound of like gold just.
You hear what?
You hear gold.
Oh, okay.
You hear a different voice
He
come
snatched
through.
it from him.
Nora, Talavin, are you okay?
We're perfectly fine. Do you want to say something? No? Go ahead. It's your boy.
Yeah, we're fine.
That doesn't really sound convincing to me.
I promise. We're
I
fine.
won the bet though, so I can't be mad about that.
Yeah. But we're going to go cause some more ruckus. So, good luck with your business.
Oh, don't give me that. Do you need help?
No.
Law, I'm trying to help us.
If we needed help, we would ask for it.
If you don't need physical help, you need moral help. I'm messed up and I don't go around burning people's houses. What happened?
Look. They had prisoners. And we got them out. And somebody just struck a match of sorts, I guess. Sort of. And look, we didn't mean to burn it down. It wasn't on purpose, if that makes it better. We didn't purposefully burn their house down.
That makes it worse.
Nobody. Well, I can't say that.
It was an accidental burn down?
I mean, they were really bad people. I mean, to sell other people to wear as jewelry is pretty shit.
I'm sorry. What? Wyatt, you wouldn't believe this. Jewelry, people jewelry.
Yes, people jewelry.
That's how sick they were. And we helped them.
By burning down their house.
By accident.
This is gonna get our characters killed.
Definitely. But we're going full on.
I feel like accidentally doesn't negate what happened.
Technically, it wasn't
Does
us.
narrowly escaping with my life make up for it?
No.
Nobody died on
does-
accident.
Quiet.
There were only
Like,
purposeful.
you hear another chink.
Oh, they're doing good.
I thought
Their
the
business is doing good.
And you hear, I'm sorry, narrowly escaped with your lives?
Well,
My life, Nora never gets hit.
Yeah, I'm fine. Talavin's more reckless.
it's in my blood.
I can see it. Right. Yeah. No, take it back. No. I'm no longer the worst.
Cute.
Look, we're going to be heading north. How big is this ruckus?
Pretty big.
Pretty big.
I mean, as long as you don't know us, it probably won't hurt you all. We just wanted to warn you.
Yeah.
Probably. I don't like it. Like, when you say probably, do you mean like this is going to cause us bodily harm, or are you meaning that this is going to cause our business harm? Do we need to veer off somewhere entirely? Do we need to come help you guys? Because really, this sounds dangerous.
My middle name is Danger.
I feel like it's not, though.
We'll be fine.
Just, you don't know us, and you'll be fine.
But it was us.
But
But it was literally us.
us.
What? Well, I mean, I don't think you should go around mentioning that you know us.
We just wanted, this was a terrible idea. We just wanted to check in.
And we just wanted to make sure you all were still alive.
Yeah, mainly.
Why wouldn't we be alive?
Because crocodiles, man. Giant crocodiles. You know how many crocodiles I've seen in my life? 2. And they were both in the swamps within the last 2 weeks.
Problem. Make a deception check.
Oh, that's not good.
What are you deceiving?
Yeah, that's a 10.
They're like, hang on. What's coming after us?
Nothing's coming after you all. The only things they would come after would be us.
That doesn't help. Look, this was a mistake.
Well, now they're going to freak out if we just hang up on them.
No.
I'm failing to see.
This is actually really entertaining, though.
This is very entertaining.
So you set someone's house on fire.
Okay. Here, I'll give you the short and sweet version. Let me give you the short, sweet version. Okay. This lady was making deals with a bad dude, and they were basically capturing sprites and chaining them to their necks, and doing terrible experiments on them. And basically, while we were extracting the sprites,
Them may have burned their house down.
in an attempt to get the ones that were being held as jewelry off of said jewelry necks. But nobody died that wasn't
Murdered.
I guess I killed a couple people, but they were bad people. But nobody else died except for maybe the bad people. Nobody died in the fire. Technically, nobody burned alive. They were already
As
dead.
long as we...
I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. Sorry, not you. No.
I want to hear it.
No, come back.
Come on, Wyatt. I want to hear.
No, come back.
Look, we have to go, but
Yeah,
we just wanted to check in to make sure you were fine.
We're fine. The business is fine. We have some new orders. It's going great. We were going to start heading back north for...
How's Adrielle? Is she with you?
She's fine.
That's good.
She's fine. I'm more concerned about the unleashing of Fey folk and fire on some person who's making a deal who seems... If they were making the deal, then yeah, they're a bad person, but...
I mean, she didn't die.
Who's the person she's dealing with?
Well, we haven't found that out yet, okay? We killed all the people she was dealing with.
Question her?
I mean, she's a lady of society. I couldn't just walk up.
Actually,
And she
probably
would, I
could
mean,
have.
we probably could have. Now that I'm thinking about it.
See, this is why you should come with us.
Yeah, she didn't really think very highly of us. We're not really society's type.
You would have thought to question them, of course. We have to go back now. We have to go back.
No, we're not. No.
I'm just teasing.
Okay.
Look, if you need us legitimately, we're planning on heading further north anyway, because we have better supply. If you if you need us to meet up somewhere and make sure that this is fine, we're okay with that.
No, I think we're doing pretty well.
But, we haven't heard from you in a while. We thought, you all might be, hurt or something. Yes, I'm talking about it.
Oh, they were worried about us.
And thank you for being the first one to reach out, because that's definitely odd being the first one to reach out, and I'm still trying to figure out how this thing actually works. Don't be stupid. Don't get into trouble. It's easy. It's easy to stay out of trouble.
I think I told you my middle name is literally dangerous, stupid trouble. Yeah, definitely told you that.
That's not true. You hear Wyatt once again. I'm like, look, we're going to be headed north. If you guys are going to be staying up there at any particular extended point of time, we're going to be in the nearby vicinity, probably. So, stay put. If you need us to come by, we're probably going to see you anyway, so we might as well meet up. Ow! Ow!
Where are we going?
We can't go in the same name.
I mean, we're just gonna be north of Carnum. Hanging out for a little while. We're dropping off.
Carnum?
Oh,
North of
I didn't
Carnum.
say that.
Okay. On our way.
Oh shoot! No, you don't need to come. I just wanted to reach out to see how you were doing. That's all. This was a terrible idea. This is my fault.
This is your fault.
But hey, we don't want to let a perfectly good amulet go to use in game.
Waste.
You know, we could just stop by to say hi and pick up our amulet. That way we don't bother you anymore with worry.
Yeah. Damn. See, I don't like it when people worry about them.
But we have to go.
Yes, we're taking off this morning. We're headed north.
Oh no.
You don't hear anything.
Oh, shoot! Awkward. Fuck.
You know, I do kind of want to see him again though.
I mean, you know, it's been nice. Maybe we get into the big fight again.
Big fight?
Yep. Oh, we never had the big fight.
No, we didn't. That was in the what if scenario. Okay.
Just silence on the other line.
Okay. Rats. Well, they're on their way. That's not good.
I mean, at least they don't know how to use, like, the locate person, it doesn't seem.
Because they were like, I don't know where you are. So, I mean, at least they don't know how to use part of it. Okay, well, let's continue on.
I'll put
Go mount your horses.
Paul up on the horse. I gave him his wolf the day before after I was, well, I let it sit for a little while and dry and harden a little bit so it wasn't still goopy. It probably looks terrible. Fine.
Oddly enough, it does. And parts of it, actually, when the arcane door was dissipated, parts of it falls into the solid.
Okay, I throw it away. I don't give it to him. I see that and I throw it away. I'll make him a
It's
sketch.
already given to him.
No, fuck. Yikes. Shit. I'll make you another one. It's my bad. I forgot. It can't come
It's okay.
It can't come through the door. It's my bad. I'll make you a better one. Okay. I'm gonna have to work on my playmaking
We'll
skills.
begin the trek north. Raymond seems a little bit out of it. And you all haven't seen him too much as he's been working with other things in the meantime. But as you guys trot up onto the road, he's like, I don't actually know if it's safe for me to go back yet or not. What do you think? And if I tag along with you guys at least for a little bit longer, try and keep a low profile.
Yeah, that's fine. We have some friends that might be coming up through it, and I'll maybe ask them to snoop around for you, if you want.
Right, that'd be most appreciative. I went ahead and sent some correspondence to the actual owners. I had kind of taken over the area for a little bit, but let them know that some things kind of came up suddenly. Might not be able to go back. I managed to grab, and he points to an additional satchel. I managed to grab the necessary scrolls.
Nice.
Make sure nothing was taken advantage of or looted.
Oof.
Yes. Sorry again that you had to leave your business in your hometown.
That's all right. It's definitely a little bit of an adventure, and yeah, definitely. I'm definitely gonna miss Finn. I know he said he didn't trust me, but it's kind of fun. It was fun to mess with him every once in a while.
Yeah, you all did seem like pretty good friends.
Talavin, I've been meaning to ask you. You kind of grabbed my collar a little bit forcefully. That night as we were getting ready to ride away, I'm trying to find the right circumstance to bring it up.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, do you really not? I mean, do I make you uncomfortable? Am I that untrustworthy? I mean, I don't want to make you uncomfortable. If I can try and travel on my own, if that'd be the case.
No, I just don't trust easily. And they mean a lot to me.
That's certainly fair, but
You've proven yourself.
I thank you, Nora.
I can agree with that.
Thank you, Nora. Ruffling.
What?
I always ruffle everybody's feathers. I can't help it.
It makes you such a fun person to play with.
With that, you all head off for the next 5-day journey.
5 days?
Can we just skip the 5 days?
Can we just get there already? Or are you going to make us
I need
fight
to roll a
monsters?
d6 for me.
No!
A D6. No!
Oh,
Gracious! It was going so well, and then
5.
Oh,
God,
I don't want to
fucking
fight
A.
Ooh,
anything.
5.
I don't like fighting monsters on the road.
No.
We're gonna find more bandits and just.
No. And now we have to watch out for Paul.
I can't even fight.
Oh.
Hey, what's on the fifth day of traveling?
Hey, you gotta grab my dandy book. You guys are riding along. The day is you guys are still relatively emotionally and you're satisfied with the events that transpired. But there's also this hollowness of saying goodbye. Recognizes the task in front of you. And as you guys head up on the road, begin heading north for the next 5-day journey, I need you guys to make a perception check for me as midday comes. Hasna, believe it or not, just everyone.
Oh, that's good.
22.
I got a 16.
You all reach one part of the woods as you're riding along. There's some clouds that cover the sun, second sun. Everything grows eerily dark. That twilight appearance to the woods, where there are some shadows are cast long in the woods. There's this cold breeze that rushes by you. The suns reappear. You look around. With your perception check, Talavin, you notice a happy little robin perched on one of the nearby trees.
I shoot it with my crossbow.
No.
I'm kidding.
Hold it!
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Cop! Because that's the sound of
I'm pretty sure it's more like I can't whistle with my braces in. I can't do it. Yeah, that's what it.
Wait, did you say a robin?
It's a robin.
I thought you said bluebird. I don't know why I heard bluebird. No,
I mean, they make kind of the same sound. Generically. I'm sure they have little intonations.
Help!
Do I have to roll another d6?
Mm-hmm. You all ride out, make camp for the evening, missing already the lavish beds, baths, the food.
But I get the stars.
You do. All of the stars above you. Your wolf pups tussling by the fire. You all drift off to sleep.
Are they talking yet?
Do you try and talk to them?
Yeah.
Don't you dare.
Are they speaking?
Which one do you talk to?
You better talk to yours.
Zoom's yours, or
Yeah.
Your-
Yours was
your
the
list-
other male.
Yeah, with the stripe on its nose. Yeah, I'm just gonna go
Nose.
up and just speak to Igneous, because they're pretty young, like, hello.
Yeah,
you just
yours
get this
was
overwhelming
igneous.
sense of happy.
Oh, that's so cute.
Takes a moment and tries to smash his face and latch onto your boots.
Yeah, you get that boot. I kind of growl, I'm like, grrr. This is better than talking to trees.
Oh my god.
I want to go over and play with mine. I go play with mine too.
No, you're too busy smothering yours with loves and kisses. The other two are romping and playing. The other one
Okay, fine. We go play with them.
toddles over. The tail does that twitch and wobble.
They can't keep their balance yet.
No, toddling over with their milk bellies still. As they
Milk belly. They're so warm.
bounce over. Here. Oh. It's the girl, the little female one. I can't remember what you named her.
Shit, I literally just had it out. Kilo.
She jumps on to your pup and playfully bites at his cheek and he yelps. And
Every once in a while, I'm gonna communicate with them, like, I don't
And
know, I'm trying to just,
Before bed every night, I can link with him and just tell him that I love him.
What is love? I know he doesn't know
you
yet.
get the happy.
So cute.
all dogs just have this happy. Yeah.
And I make sure Warrior gets used to him as well.
Mm.
So they get used to each other.
Warrior's pretty chill.
Well, I want him to get used to him, the puppy as well. Well, the puppy used to Warrior as well. Just that they always are like a...
You know, you want them to bond. I want them to bond too a little bit.
Okay.
We'll drift off to sleep. The next morning comes to you. I need you to roll another d6 for me.
1.
Ooh. This particular morning is slightly overcast. You accidentally sleep in a little bit too much. Slightly chilled air. But all along the edges of the trees, along the branches, in the undergrowth, you're seeing buds and flowers. You're hearing the sounds of the frogs hopping and splashing into the water. You don't hear the vibrant hiss of any crocodiles, but at one point, as you all are darting across the road, make a perception check.
That's not very good.
Tainted 20.
15.
Into 20, 15. You come across a bridge, this stone bridge that just arcs over this small running creek. As you cross that creek, you notice that there's a snake slowly making its way across the road.
A big snake. A little snake.
Thick snake.
A big
Like-
snake?
Big, thick, black
Not
snake.
crocodile snake, but like crocodile-sized snake.
You gonna talk
Like
to it until it to
6
fuck
feet
off, or
long.
we're gonna kill it?
Do I recognize it as being poisonous or not?
Make an intro check.
Yeah, that's not
I don't
very
think
good.
I'm going to kill it. I don't like snakes, but I'll leave it
13.
Generally, black snakes are not poisonous.
Generally.
I'll just leave it alone.
Well,
It slides across the road and disappears into the water.
let's go. We're gonna get a little cancer in a little bit. Don't get out of here.
You all make another perception check for me.
Oh no.
That's a natural 19.
It's 2,
So 26.
7.
As you all are cantering down the road, you notice in the trees there are a few more gathered.
Snakes?
Slithering in the trees, snakes.
They're
These
that
same
big?
black snakes.
How big are they?
Like 6 feet, 7 feet.
Tall?
Long.
Long.
Like this way. Like, how big's their bellies?
Okay.
Oh.
Not Naruto snakes. Not like
Eldridge
Orochimaru.
Black. No, I'm just kidding.
Orochimaru snake.
Eldritch Blast. No, nothing like that. That's a negatory.
That's a cantrip, right? Yes, it is. Just in case I forgot.
Eldritch Blast.
Eldritch Blast.
We will continue into
I'll
the
keep
afternoon.
my eyes out on them.
I'm watching.
There's a
you.
burst of warm sunlight as you all head into the evening. Make camp. And drift off into sleep.
We're keeping watch.
Oh, make a perception check for me.
That's not good. That's an 11.
I thought
11.
each of us was keeping watch.
Yeah, I mean, I thought I'd say something. Hold on, 7. Yeah, 11. I thought I'd say something this time since she didn't ask last night, and we could have got snatched the fuck up. So, I thought I'd say something this time.
I'll take
Talavin, on your watch. Very early in the evening, as you're watching the fire die down, you're at.
I'm looking around in that direction that they hear the noise is coming from.
That's an 11, right?
Yes. Can I roll again to see if I see anything else?
Cast alarm.
She does always cast the alarm.
I always do.
We made this like a thing forever ago that she always casts alarm when we're outside. Honestly, we cast
The
alarm when we're
alarm
inside.
did not sound, as it is just outside of the periphery.
Do I know like a general direction that it's coming from?
That perception check is hard to tell.
Okay.
I saw where she cast the alarm, so maybe I'm just do like a little perimeter check. Stay within range that if something happened, but just
Like a little perimeter walk. Gonna get snatched up by a hag.
And you look over and you see just over, cast in the moonlight, a herd of deer.
I flick them off and I sit back down.
As you do, watch their eyes turn a different color. Watch their jaws break open. No, I'm just kidding.
I can literally see it in my head because
I
I've
saw
literally
it too.
seen
I
shit
saw
like
too.
that. I was like, no.
Right, I don't want to fight the deer.
What happiness. I just watched cross over your face.
I was like, oh, and you're like, then their eyes changed. I was like,
Oh, that's right. There's a problem with this.
oh.
The rest of the night, or watch, goes with that incident. Nora, make a perception check for me.
I'm just as like a rule of thumb. I sleep next to Paul, with him like
good.
on the inside of the, like between, like if we're all like in a circle-ish sleeping together, he's always on the
The fire.
inside of me. Huh?
This would be good. Close to the fire. Good to know.
Oh. Well. Oh.
No, she just said that to
I mean,
you. It's okay.
yeah.
He's not a pyromaniac.
We're not that close to the fire when we're sleeping, but okay.
I know.
I keep my eyes on him.
21 for perception.
21. You also notice the herd of deer.
Oh, how
Some of them are currently butting heads. You see some of them already have fawn prancing about, snuggling in the moonlight.
Bonus action. I shoot again.
No! It's fine. I'm ready for the next day of travel. We got this.
The next day of travel? For the sake of brevity, nothing bothers you for the remainder days. I just want to see what you would do.
Fuck you, Madison. Damn, not one monster? Damn.
Because we're on the swamps.
That doesn't mean there's no monsters.
There's
You
swamps.
better calm down.
There's tons of swamps and
You
swamps
calm
and the
down before
monsters.
she throws something we can't beat. Shh.
She wouldn't do that.
Yes, she would.
Make a perception check as you all are riding into town.
18.
10.
18 and 10. Good to know.
These numbers, like she doesn't know exactly what she's gonna say.
18. You, Talavin, as you guys are riding through, you're keeping a sharp eye out. Your nerves are on edge. For the past many days, 5 days of travel, nothing odd has happened. No creatures, no monsters, no ambushes. Nothing out of the ordinary. And there's the faintest bit of agitation as you begin to suspect why. As you ride by one of the towns which does say Bracklewhite ahead and lists the distance away, you notice that on the back side there are claw marks on the back of this particular sign. What's more...
Do I recognize this kind of claw mark?
You can make a nature check.
Do they like fight animals in like a coliseum or something? Capture them and
15.
15. You do not recognize this particular creature.
Oh no.
So
But-
it doesn't. Yeah, fuck. We're fucked. Oh, I forgot. I was gonna send Jacob and Wyatt a message on one of the days and be like, "Hey, if you go through Carnum, you should maybe check on." And I'll say whatever Raymond's store is, and just ask them to snoop around, maybe see if anybody's been bothering it, but not to make it obvious.
Sweat and Thorn Scriptorium.
Yeah, that one.
The Enthorn Scriptorium.
Or if anybody's
No.
particularly talking about someone by the name of Raymond.
But don't say the name.
But don't say the name. Just listen for it, maybe. It would be appreciated.
Wyatt is the one who has the...
Of course.
And it is the one who responds next. It's like... copy. I will do what I can. Keep an eye out. Is this in the lower district? Upper district?
Lower.
Right? It was in the lower, yeah.
I reckon.
If you all get into trouble, let us know.
We won't get into trouble. We know how to avoid it.
Ha ha ha. You're very funny.
Not the first time I've heard that.
Sarcasm.
Interesting. As you are riding into town, you realize that embedded in one of the nearby trees, you see a bolt.
This is gonna be really fucking bad.
I think they're gonna be like a hunting.
Bro, Paul's parents were here, bro. Like, what if they're fucking dead because we didn't make it in time?
A bolt?
A bolt? Yeah, like,
Okay, I'm gonna go up and inspect the bolt. Is there blood? What's going on?
There is blood coating the entire end of the bolt. It's embedded in the tree.
Is there
Is it dry, fresh? Can I tell?
It seems dried.
What? What?
Does it seem like older dry or like...
I mean, it doesn't. That doesn't.
I mean, yeah, you can, sometimes you can tell how old blood is. It gets, like, super crusty sometimes. And
Like a scan.
Do forensic analysis.
I mean, I can track sometimes if I'm not, because
What about Zoom? You should be able to track stuff like that. Like, when you heard
Pointed
an
out
animal,
to
you
Zoom.
can track
So
it.
far, you've only taken note of this and have ridden over and looked at it.
Oh.
You get Zoom over there?
Sure. I'll be like, can you tell how long this has been here? Maybe.
It takes a look.
I just connected with him. I thought, yeah, no, I'm sorry. I'll connect with him. Yeah.
3 days.
1 to 3 days.
Shit. All right.
So we're riding up to the front gate.
Mm-hmm.
Is the gates closed?
But
Open.
you see it. You see it.
Okay.
You're currently approaching it, and as you're approaching it, Nora, make an intelligence check.
Can I make an intelligence check?
Oh no.
Sure.
9.
Disadvantage.
I feel sick. What just happened?
16.
16 at disadvantage. Nora,
Damn.
oddly enough,
15.
the placement of this is odd.
What is the bolt or the?
Yeah, the bolt. It's
The placement
I
of
don't know.
this arm?
Something rubs you the wrong way about it.
I got the 15.
15. Talavin, you faintly recall seeing, as you look at the dried blood, you scrape it, and you notice the feathers that help guide it, help direct the bolt. The fins on each side. As you scratch it, there's something oddly familiar about it.
Is it like the ones from the Sprite village?
No?
No.
As you scratch it, it's familiar?
Yeah.
Intelligence check on myself because I'm dumb.
I'm confused.
It just looks familiar.
It looks familiar.
Uh,
Like from
14?
my village familiar? Like my
no.
village crafted it familiar?
No.
Okay.
14? Can I do it?
What's your 14?
I mean, like you said that it's familiar to me. Can I try to figure it out? Because Sophia's not figuring it out.
14. No, it just looks familiar.
I'm gonna take it with me.
You take it and pull it out. It looks familiar. I've seen a bolt like this before.
A bolt like this. Who else had a
Whoa. What about the ones that the hunters were using? That with the dire wolf, maybe then.
No?
I had advantage though, or I
had disadvantage.
Yeah.
Would she have had advantage then if I had disadvantage?
She's smarter than I am.
No, you have a higher intelligence than I do. But really? Okay, I guess we'll just. Can I inspect it closer? Like actually touch it? Would that do anything else?
You can investigate it, sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Investigation. It's another 9. Okay, never mind. Okay, I'm just gonna keep going.
Perception check. Do I see any more? Do I see like a struggle anywhere? Maybe if this went through somebody, like, do I see blood anywhere else in the vicinity? Can I ask Zoom to help me look?
Make a survival check.
Can I do it?
Ooh, that's a 22.
It's another natural 20. There is blood on the ground, though it looks stepped in, trampled in, absorbed into the earth itself. This is a significant amount.
Human footprints?
One set does.
But it's not the one from the Sprite.
Wait a second. What
Can I tell what this is? The bolt is made out of? Is it just like regular like lead?
Is it a crocodile tooth?
No, it's not a crocodile tooth.
Is it made out of silver?
Mm-mm. No, it is metal.
I was thinking like
Pine
werewolves, maybe.
Like metal tip, wooden, just some feathers, just normal.
I don't
My
feel so good
brain
about
is
this.
going to stop
Okay,
working soon.
we're just gonna continue on. Since we
Do I
can't-
recognize what the other set of prints are?
I got the 22.
Based on your survival check, it was something bipedal, and it was standing at some point near that tree.
Does it look like it has claws or just like hooved?
Probably.
So it's carnivorous.
Probably.
And can I tell maybe which creature got the bolts, the carnivorous one or the human one?
What do you mean?
I mean, like, obviously, it either went through them and, like, pinned them to the tree, or, like, they had to be standing a certain way where they got shot. Like, can I tell maybe which creature was the one that got shot with the bolt?
Make another survival check.
That's a natural uno momento.
You're still linked with the Zoom at this point, and he actually also does his own investigation. He says, whatever this was felt quickly.
So, you think it's dead then?
It has to be. Look at the blood.
You did say there was a lot of blood.
Alright, I think we just should keep an eye out. And be careful.
Alright. I guess we just continue on.
And I'm gonna be on the watch.
You are indeed on watch. Eyes scanning. Go ahead and make another perception check.
10.
16.
16. Nora, as you all continue pressing forward, cantering slightly, keeping an eye out on each side, you see before you a bit of rock and stone and wood, the city before you of Bracklewhite. The stone itself is indeed this almost polished white stone. And the wood is set up in jagged triangles, embedded down and up and down and up and down and up, and the layer of stone is on top. You swear for a moment as you look out at this city, and it almost looks like the smiling maw of some creature. Bottom and top gums, these pointed wooden teeth lining each side. You see the gate in front of you.
I put that bolt in my bag of holding, FYI. I'm not just carrying it around.
You begin riding up. As you get closer, you hear very faintly the sounds of cheers.
Okay, yeah. It's like a Coliseum type of thing.
You hear
Fight bits!
You're not allowed to go.
you all reach the gates, and you see two guards standing with skulls over top of their heads.
Oh my god.
The teeth coming down by either side of their brow. Shout, "Who goes there?"
We're just travelers searching. Oh shit, I don't know. We're just traveling north. I don't know what we're doing anymore.
Make a persuasion roll.
You said all of that.
Yeah, I was just like, I lost where my train of thought was going, so I was just like, I forgot. That's a 15 though.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Travelers traveling.
Pretty much.
What is your business?
We have some goods that we want to try to get rid of or trade or see what this town's about. I've never heard of it. Sounds like quite the party, though.
Indeed, the pits are.
What kind of pits?
Looks. Does an investigation. Now, where are you keeping the manticore wings?
They're technically
On my horse's boot. Strapped to his boot.
His boot?
His boot.
Did the boot?
Yeah, they're like tied down, like wrapped up nicely, and then they're just kind of like. And I technically have like a tarp over them because I don't want them to get like rained on or something.
Look. What's that you got under there?
Just the creature I felled, and I flip it up a little bit.
Look. It's actually very impressive.
Thank you, it was very rough.
Have you come to compete?
No, we have not. I answer for her.
It's a shame. Good money in it.
Money?
Welcome to Bracklewhite.
Thank you.
As the gates pull open.
Ooh.
Down, pulling up, as if a maw itself. Zoom looks very unnerved seeing this. You hear your traveling companion, Paul. I'd never seen anything like that. This isn't actually a monster, is it?
No, we're fine. I promise.
As you give a little nudge to Warrior, and you all enter the city of Bracklewhite. Would you like a description before we end for tonight's evening, or?
Yes, I need to.
No, we might as well take it in at the very beginning of the next episode. Because technically that's how Nora and Talavin are going to take it in.
You've seen the outer gates. You've seen the outside of this place.
If I have to think about fight pits all week, I'm going to go crazy. Okay, do you want to play on Tuesday? Okay.
Well, with that being said, thank you all so much for watching Damsels and Dice.
It's a little
Cheers.
dicey, but this is still how we roll.
With a
Oh, here you go.
with a 12.
That sounds very good. I got the 15 though.
Yes, you did. You have magical.
Thank you so much. Cheers, and have a lovely evening.
Thank you.